Alrighty, people of the internet. Today we're going to be running a test of Stratus IQ through Underline. This is based out of Colorado Springs, Colorado, and yes, I am wired directly to the router via Ethernet cable. So let's go ahead and get this test started. Now, the plan I am using is the gigabit plan. They advertise up to 940 symmetrical, so 940 down and 40 up. Now, I'll go ahead and state it. I do know that my public IP is facing and it is visible, but I will change that after this test. So we can see here that we get the advertised speeds, which are 940 in either direction. Latency is low um, with regards to buffer bloat, but again, that can vary based on the router you're using. I use a GLINet router for this, so let's go ahead and run a test on Cloudflare. And yes, I do know it also shows my IP here. I will change that after this video is done. Now, I know the Cloudflare speed test isn't the best in the world, but I mean, it still gives you a general idea of how things are doing. So, that's the reason why I'm using it here. It's not my favorite. But yeah, based on their Denver server, latency during upload, minimal. Latency during download, minimal. So, buffer bloat isn't really an issue. Latency in itself is not an issue. Bandwidth, we could see, is not an issue. For whatever reason, through Cloudflare, I don't get the full speeds. But then again, this is a consumer base connection. I'm only guaranteed up to those speeds while on the Underline / Stratus IQ network, which we saw here. I do get, so that's good. But once it's past that point, it's kind of at the mercy of other providers. But yeah, I mean, would I recommend it? Definitely. Before I had Stratus IQ through Underline, I was with CenturyLink Fiber, and they were good until peak hour. In my area, peak hour, from anywhere from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m., my speeds would drop considerably. Instead of 945 down, I'd probably be getting 100. On the upload, I was almost never having issues with, but during peak hour, download would drop. I have not experienced that yet with Stratus IQ through Underline. From what I've been told by them, there isn't necessarily shared bandwidth in the way that GPON would share bandwidth between a certain split of subscribers. So, as far as I know, I shouldn't ever encounter that issue, from what they've told me. And I haven't, but I've only been with them for about a month. So, at the moment, I recommend them. I'll keep you guys posted if that changes, if I encounter any problems, any issues. But so far, I haven't had any downtime, and the connection's been really stable and reliable. Take care.